Listen up, Disney Pixar fans. A teaser trailer for Inside Out 2 has hit the internet like a blazing fire. No, seriously, it is on a hot streak, breaking records for a Disney trailer of all time. And guess what? We've got a brand new emotion in town, anxiety. Because you know, the original roller coaster of emotions just wasn't chaotic enough. But hold on to your Mickey ears, folks, because we're not stopping there. In today's video, I'm about to dissect all the new emotions in Inside Out 2, and what you should be prepared for, as well as a few of my own predictions for how this story could play out. So stay until the end of the video and get ready for more feelings than when you go see your therapist. Let's start. Pixar is serving up a smorgasbord of emotions for Inside Out 2, and it's not just the same old gang in Riley's noggin anymore. Joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear are about to find out that real estate in headquarters is getting tight, because there's a new crew of emotions crashing the party. Anxiety, envy, embarrassment, and Enu are about to get a chance at the controls in now 13-year-old Riley's head. All because of that big baddie called puberty. I shudder just thinking about it. But what can we expect from each of these new emotions? What kind of impact can they have in a sequel movie? Let's start with anxiety.
Hello!
Anxiety was the only new emotion confirmed by the Inside Out teaser trailer. Inside Out director Pete Docter promised several new emotions for Riley's head in Inside Out 2, and the teaser trailer has come through on this. After headquarters had been thoroughly deconstructed, a wild-eyed and wild-haired orange emotion introduced themselves to the group as anxiety. This is a fitting first new character following the start of puberty, since this stage in an adolescent's life is typically full of the unknown, and worrying about the outcome of life is a staple in growing into an adult. Anxiety shared their desire to make a great first impression, foreshadowing the sorts of worries this new character will bring to Riley's story. It's difficult to tell how anxiety will be different from the original Inside Out emotion, fear. In the first movie, fear was shown to be highly anxious, frequently worrying about what could go wrong on Riley's first day of school, or sharing their concern about the safety of their new house. Anxiety will likely be a more nuanced version of fear, bringing more complex, adult-like concerns to the table. I think of it like this: we all feel anxious at some point in our lives, whether it's starting high school, going on our first date, or moving out on our own. This character will be everything a growing teenager will experience. And to be honest, for some of us, being anxious prevents us from doing things we would love to do. All of this could come into play for this new emotion, and while Joy learned to allow other emotions to take control sometimes, I can only predict that this emotion will be very controlling throughout the sequel. This character is also voiced by the amazing Maya Hawke, who you might know played Robin in Stranger Things, and I couldn't have casted anyone better if I tried. I guess that's why I don't get paid the big bucks. After greeting the group, Anxiety says, "We wanted to make such a good first impression."
Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to make such a good first impression.
What do you mean, we?
Tipping the group off that more new emotions were on the way. But who, you might be asking? Well, Inside Out 2 teased an envy character, which you can spot in the official poster of the movie. What's really cool about this new emotion is envy fits with the coming-of-age theme of Inside Out 2. Though envy is normal for anyone of any age, the teenage years see this emerge in a whole new way. A whole new world, you might say. Especially in this time of ever-changing technology. This new character, I feel, can be hard to contain. Joy and the gang will have some trouble trying to teach this emotion when it will be the appropriate time to handle the controls, because at that age, kids want what they can't have. And I could see this being a problem for Riley's parents, as it could make disagreements with Riley tough, and the importance of adult life, such as finance, can come up to teach Riley that not everyone can get the shiny new phone. Like with anxiety and fear, it seems that envy could be an extension of disgust, especially since the color often associated with envy is green. However, this character's design is like she walked straight out of a senpai-loving anime. I mean, look at those eyes sparkle. With stars in her eyes and a longing look of admiration on her face, she looks like the perfect addition to the cast of emotions. And I'm calling it. She's too cute to be a dude. Sorry guys, but envy is bringing the kawaii to the game. But wait, there's more. Enu, or dissatisfaction arising from a lack of occupation or excitement, aka boredom, just like like I felt looking up what that word meant, could be a challenging emotion for Joy to cope with. When Inu is introduced to headquarters, I swear I'm not saying that right, it seems likely they would be a companion to anger and sadness, since Inu could be considered a contradiction to happiness. Joy learned how important seemingly negative emotions can be in Inside Out, so she will no doubt do her best to embrace these uncomfortable feelings the best she can. However, as Inu causes Riley to be discontent with her life, this will surely cause Joy, and likely Riley's parents, some significant frustration. I'm telling you guys, Riley's parents are about to realize the teenage years are the worst as a parent. Or maybe my parents just said that. I swear I was a good boy. Actually, what am I saying? I feel bad for them. This emotion I can relate to so much, as I get bored every day of my life. I literally don't know what to do with myself sometimes. And I'm not alone out there. Inu will be a dark blue purple character, and judging from the look on her face already, she will play a huge role in Riley discovering more about herself. Her interests could change, such as not wanting to play hockey anymore and focusing on makeup tutorials or shopping or whatever girls like to do. But this emotion to me is also a girl, because look at those bangs, she is rocking it. Plus, for some reason, this emotion is giving me Roz vibes from Monsters Inc. Anyone else? I can't be the only one that thinks this. But there's still one more new emotion. Embarrassment was also listed in Inside Out 2's trailer. Embarrassment may be difficult to differentiate from disgust in Inside Out 2. Though this feeling has never been its own character within Riley's mind, there are several instances in which she felt embarrassed in the first movie. It's another feeling that can be considered an extension of disgust, supported by the green headmate's comments at the end of Inside Out about how embarrassing Riley's parents were at the hockey game. Now, this character is going to be super interesting to me. This emotion could either take the spotlight or avoid the spotlight like it's the plague. I'm gonna go with the latter, which calls for an interesting plot point in this new movie. We're used to seeing Joy having to keep the emotions away from the controls and learning when it is the right time for those emotions to helm the ship. But now imagine this new character, Embarrassment, not wanting to take control, not wanting to be the center of attention, especially at times when Riley needs to feel embarrassed. Because as we learned from the first film, every emotion is needed at one time or another, and having an emotion that is too embarrassed to come forth for their turn at the controls smells like trouble for the gang to me. But I'm here for it because it's about to be crazy. Embarrassment looks to be wearing a hoodie covering themselves and has a more pinkish look, maybe a spawn out of anger, because when one gets angry with themselves, they can also produce embarrassment for what people think of them. But does anyone else notice a slight resemblance to Bing Bong in this character? No? Just me? I'm telling you, keep your eyes on this character's impact in the new movie. But what if I told you there could be even more emotions that pop up in this new movie than just these new 4 characters? Pixar's trailer claims Inside Out 2 will be a feel everything movie. A feel everything tease could hint at dozens of new emotions in Inside Out 2. The fact that the new trailer didn't introduce new feelings aside from anxiety supports this. The idea here seems to be that many new emotions will make their way to headquarters, and the original emotions of Inside Out will need to stretch and adjust to figure out how to accommodate all of them, just as typically happens during puberty. We've all been there. As interesting as this sounds, there are a few problems with bringing new emotions to Inside Out 2. In the first movie, the insides of other characters' heads were revealed to audiences, most of whom were long past puberty. Both of Riley's parents had the same basic emotions she did: anger, sadness, joy, disgust, and fear. There were no signs of anxiety, Inu, embarrassment, envy, or anyone else, so seeing how Inside Out justifies these new characters will be pretty interesting. Perhaps Riley will work through these feelings, ultimately merging them with the basic ones she had before. As well as a small detail in the first film was that her parents only had male and female versions of the basic emotions, meaning we could learn more about if Riley will be figuring herself out more in the way of preferences and identity. But only the 2024 release of Inside Out 2 will tell for sure. But what are your thoughts on the new emotions? What do you think they will do in the new movie? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for clicking on this video, and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.